Hey guys, I'm on Janus on occasion, and today we are on Janet. Wait,
Keep
hang
your
on.
wits about you.
Sorry, I should keep my wits about me.
Sister Argenta, do you want to pray together to the Exalted One when we return to the ship? But it has to be somewhere private. I don't want to ruin my reputation as an unscrupulous trader.
That's pretty funny.
Sometimes I think you are not such a bad person, Jai. And it unnerves me.
Oh, it's pronounced Jai, apparently. Thanks for telling me, game. Right, so we're going to go to the pagoda, or gazebo,
Backup
whatever it
plan.
is. Okay, so hi to Earliet, who is, Are you gonna turn out to be... Oh no, she's right there. I was over here before she faded into existence. I was like, is she in disguise? No. No. Not very well disguised, let's say. I love the fact that her armor, that's obviously incredibly Eldari, isn't questioned or anything. It's like, yeah, she has incredibly exotic equipment. She's a mutant. Okay.
Iliad Lenevus greets you, Elantark.
And she calls people a Luntark, whatever that means. The bizarre creature before you only vaguely resembles a typical human. An elongated body, slender limbs, pointed features, every aspect of its appearance is unnatural and alien. The creature turns its head to you. Yeah.
Would you look at this? Xenos. Oh, she devoured them, mingling with humans. Don't your lot think themselves above that? Anyway, it doesn't change the fact that it's a Xenos that's been cozying up to Viet, not a mutant.
Yeah, we all know, Jai.
There is fear in your words. You know what I am, and so I may no longer follow the shadowed path and must be direct.
Alright, go ahead.
My soul is nothing kin to yours. Your kind call us Xenos, as if we are all as one. I came here to protect the Lilithon by assisting the governor against her enemies. Will you hear me, or be blinded to sense by your precepts?
Okay, so she's doing the Athel Lauren thing of an elven, deity pretending to be a human one. She's not pretending to be a deity, but anyway, she's using the humans as cover. So let's see. Should we... Dunno. Let's see. Keep your hands where I can see them. She's obviously not going to start shooting, is she? To be honest, only part understood is that you have no desire to fight. Fine. Dogmatic. Attack! Enemy of human... I don't care. So what might be the case? The fact that this place seems to have a sort of a mind of its own. It could be like Nurgle or something, causing, plants to grow out of control and stuff. You never know. I'll never speak to vermin. It seems... Alright, I guess 4 is the most reasonable.
I
That's
have
most
banished the
closely,
shadow of doubt from your
hello.
thoughts regarding my nature. Now you will answer my question. Why have you sought me out?
It's because the governor told me to. Why'd you call me a Lantak? That's why I'm here.
Because that is what you are. Elantark means stranger from the darkness amidst the stars. You descended on flame-winged machines in a dark time when the air of the planet is soaked in blood and pain. Will you be the one to bring peace to the Lilithon?
I enjoy this flame-winged machines, because of course they just have like solar sails. So there's not like a big engine, burning nonsense, making the ship go. They've got a lot more graceful methods of propulsion. So that's really fun. I enjoy that characterization of us primitive humans. So let's have a look. You're the governor's mysterious helper. Why are you helping the governor?
This world is in distress. I wish to protect it from unnecessary suffering.
Me too. Though it's quite surprising that it's not the humans causing this suffering that they want to stop. Seeing as how this is, I mean, this is an agri-world, so yeah, we're growing, but like deforestation is bad for a planet, right? You know, like there's a lot of agriculture going on in the Amazon, for instance. Not a fan of that. That's not great for the planet as a whole. So, you know, interesting that she's helping the humans who are trying to tame the world. That doesn't sound, yeah, I don't know, bit of a weird one. What do you know about the rank and file rebels?
Only that they threaten the established order. There is much risk to this world should the ruler die.
Interesting. Awareness test succeeded. Earliet's face is unreadable, but you detect strange tension in her voice, as though she is choosing her words carefully. Huh. I'm intrigued. Do you know who's behind the uprisings?
There is a malevolence here that drives your kin down the path of violence.
Okay, well now I think that it's Khorne. See, you are the governor's mysterious helper? It's interesting actually because Khorne kind of like the reason why Khorne was very powerful early, obviously war and everything happens, but it started out as sort of the embodiment of like hunting and things. Kurnos, the elven god of the hunt. I think that Kern, that bit is supposed to evoke that sort of, you know, that growth from like the wilds and hunting and just the viciousness of nature up into a more organized form of bloodletting and slaughter, you know, where you got, you know, Khorne is sort of above that, and there's Cain as well. Got a murder for these people or whatever. There's overlap, you know, different aspects of kind of the same general vibe. So the idea that this was a very untamed world, that might be a great playground for Khorne, because it's just wildlife slaughtering each other, you know, apex predators that are sort of his champions. There's a reason why Khorne has the hounds as his, like, you know, chosen thing. His sort of chosen mascots, I guess. So anyway, you're the governor's mysterious helper.
I am Owlcat. My hand parried the death promised to the ruler of these people, and I aided you in battle against the Lost Ones.
Your answers aren't particularly helpful. How did you come to be on Janus?
The world you call Janus was once created by the will of my kin. I have far more right to be on the Lilithon than any of you.
Okay, so I was right that it is an ancient, you know, it does have sort of ancient Eldari, you know, presence on it. So they created the planet, apparently. Also, Lilithon, right? So Lilith, the, certainly the elven god, you know, fantasy I'm talking, regularly. Regularly I contextualize the stuff through that. Lilith, I'm pretty sure is like the god of nature and stuff. I forget. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's named after a deity. You know, Lilith. So, yeah. Yeah, your answer's not particularly helpful.
But you are not asking for help, Owlcat. You are merely asking questions, the answers to which are either unimportant or wreathed in shadow. Explore this place. Speak to those who know. A simple task for you, and an insurmountable challenge for me, since my very appearance provokes fear and suspicion. When you learn anything, tell me. Perhaps then my answers will be helpful to your search.
Okay, interesting. So she can't really do the detective work to figure out the politics of the problem, because she can't really talk to people directly, because she's a gross mutant to these people. So that's interesting. That's kind of fun. So all she can do is really, like, when she sees an obvious threat, take it out. But she can't really... She can only treat the symptom, not the disease. You know? So that's fun. I like that. If you want, you can join me.
So be it. I will go with you.
Unfortunately, the kind of annoying thing here is she's very much a sort of assassin archetype, and so is Adira. So I think we might be swapping Adira out for a second. which is a bit sad. To have a different sniper. Or, I don't know, Argenta honestly hasn't been doing much damage lately. We need to get her a better bolt gun or something. Her job is damaging stuff, and I feel like every other character is doing a better job of it. So yeah, I might swap out Argenta for a while until we can get her some better equipment. Earlier silent for several seconds, her gaze fixed on something beyond you. Slowly, drawing out her words, she replies.
I am ready, Elantark. Let us go forth.
Alright, what are her abilities? Earlier it is a Xenos, one of the Azuriani. You just say Eldar, come on. She is a ranger who follows the path of the outcast, and her skills in ranged combat are without equal. Earlier does not use human weapons and can wear either Eldari armor, or if she learns the required feature, Drukari armor. Earlier's unique ability instantly ends her turn. However, at the start of her next turn, she will make an attack that always hits its target. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, we're going to bring her along. It's already kicked out Argenta. Actually, I think that makes a lot of sense, because Argenta is so likely just to open fire on Earlier at the slightest inconvenience, because she's an insane fanatic with absolutely no sympathy for Xenos. So I think it's probably best that Argenta sits this one out. Oh, please don't tell me we have to level her up 100 times. We're obviously going to make her an assassin. 3... available. Okay, that's been mastered, so we're just doing the advanced skill. Okay. Death Whisper. I really like that one. That's what we already used with What's-Her-Face, but it is very nice. You can become the lowest priority target for enemy attacks and gain the elusive effect. Can move through enemies. Cool. Gains agility bonus, percentage dodge, and perception bonus dodge reduction. That's cool. Assassin attacks deal plus 10 additional damage. 10% rather. A half cover provides the assassin 50% cover efficiency. Elusive fades when the assassin attacks. That's pretty cool. Also got some other bits and bobs here. I still think Death Whisper, just an extra attack, is just so good. Because think, I could do Elusive Shadow and then Death Whisper. Although actually that would do less damage, wouldn't it? If I did that. Makes an enemy suffer. Alright. Just these equations. I can't be bothered to read that. I think I might go Elusive Shadow. Suits her, I think. Have a weird, spooky shadow assassin lady. Sounds cool. Creating an opening. Enemy suffers a critical hit from one of the assassin's allies. Start the next turn, new opening is created on that enemy. That's kind of good. Whichever side is close to the assassin. So if we've got someone who shoots 1 billion shots per turn, like Jai, she's going to create a bunch of openings on everybody for Earliet and Idira, which is pretty cool. Each use of aim for the opening on the same target reduces that target's dodge and dodge reduction by 10%. Whenever the assassin attacks an enemy that is at full wounds, the assassin gains plus 20% dodge and dodge reduction against that enemy. That's kind of fun. Every turn, the first use of an assassin ability costs 0 AP. I mean, that's very powerful, because it means I can do that, Elusive Shadow for 0 AP every turn, which is sort of awesome, unless it has a cooldown. No, 1 round cooldown, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Gain extra lethality, stuff, whatever. Whenever the assassin attacks an enemy with a single target attack, the attack reduces the target's armor and dodge by 10% until the end of the assassin's turn does not stack. Yeah, I think professional acumen. I like that. Sounds good. It's a little bit different to Idira that way, although they'll probably end up quite similar. Ultimate abilities. I don't think I've ever used a heroic thing for an assassin, have I? Makes an attack with a current weapon against an enemy. The attack cannot miss and deals plus 50% more damage. It also deals additional damage equal to 25% of the target's missing wounds. So yeah, really good to just finish off a tough enemy. Very cool. Alright, well, that's all good. I'm clicking next for no reason. Let's just leave. Okay, I like this party. It's a good
keep
party.
Your eye on the prize.
Let's party. So some nobles over here, aristocrats. Oh, here we go. This person has a name. So, yeah, we'll talk to Attilius Quint. The stooped man, wearing a cloak of the Adeptus Administratum, is reviewing information on a data slate, while his quietly wearing mechanical arms fill a long scroll with writing. Upon noticing you, the man stretches his thin lips into a smile and deferentially bows. The light in the eyes of the servo skull hovering over his right shoulder gently pulsate. Your ladyship, what an honour it is to address you in person. Allow me to introduce myself, Attilius Quint, Perfectus of the Officio Agricultae. I will preserve the record of our conversation forever. Okay, and cherish it, I hope. What do you think about this freak? Huh? Let's see. What are your duties? What do you know about the attack on the estate? A disgraceful incident. Simply disgraceful. I cannot believe these scoundrels would dare to come so close, and to drag the nobility into this as well. How dare they? If they penetrated the estate, that means they had help from some worthless servant or other. Security is currently questioning the survivors, but the culprit has not been found. Yet. Attilius Quint smiles unpleasantly. What is happening on the planet? Alas, your ladyship, rebellions have caused us too many problems in recent times. The rebels are interfering with established processes, interrupting supplies, sabotaging the serfs' work. A few nobles have been killed, and worst of all, some of the victims occupied important administrative posts. Until their replacements pass their checks, complete all their induction forms, and go through the official appointment procedure, important paperwork is going unsigned. It's a bureaucratic catastrophe. If things continue in this vein, I dare not even imagine what it could lead to. There are worlds that are ravaged by war for generations, your ladyship, like the deranged planet by the nameless star. So close to our own peaceful system, the inhabitants were supposedly live under the patronage of rogue trader Winterscale. I shudder to think what he has created there. Okay, that's interesting. So the nameless star might have some relevance. It's nearby and spooky, but you never know. It could just be deeply unbureaucratic, and you might hate that. They might just be winging it. I want to know details where the rebels struck and how. Of course, I would be delighted to furnish you with all the information I have. In the last few months, 15 organised attacks and 7 terrorist attacks have been perpetrated. Irrigation equipment has been sabotaged in agrarian sectors 3 to 5, transport routes 2, 7, 4, 13, and also... I suppose this will not tell you much. Please. With a fussy gesture, he presses several buttons on his data slate screen, and a three-dimensional map with coordinates of the attacks appears on your cogitator. A logic test succeeded, the data is superbly collated, and the map clearly displays the actions of the rebels. At first glance, there seems to be no logic to their campaign, but after analysing the data and the features of the terrain, you notice a clear system, indicating a geographical pattern to their attacks. Ooh, are they spelling out the symbol of corn or something? Is that what they're doing? Something really, like, on the nose and silly. I hope so. Who's directed the rebels? Does anyone know? What are you doing to combat the rebels? No, who directed the rebels? The rebels are well-armed and well-trained. What's more, the governor's advisors are inclined to think that the instigators of the rebels are very familiar with the planet's terrain and climate. My coordinates are going through registration records day and night, looking for individuals who have completed military training. But we have so far been unable to identify the scoundrel. I feel like this guy's voice is really going for a walk. Is this how his voice started? I have no idea. What are you doing to combat the rebels? Our security services are tracking those who support the rebels, and our regular wardens are wiping out those saboteurs with the slightest mercy, and they keep on appearing. My scribes have been run off their feet, keeping records of all the public hearings and executions, but I'm confident that the governor will find a solution soon. Of course, your ladyship. What do you think of Vistenza? The governor is a superb leader. She possesses an excellent grasp of all matters and never uses an incorrect form for a given situation. I do not pry into her personal affairs, but if I may speak plainly, a lady who fills out paperwork with such finesse cannot be a bad person in my view. You're not married, are you, Attilius? I was taking my leave. Yeah, I think we're done. I look forward to meeting you again, your ladyship. Alright, bye, Tilius, you creep. Right, let's... do-do-do-do.
I always keep my
Hello?
options open.
Hello? Just so many servitors. They always give me the creeps. Have we got up here? No, we have. That's exactly where we were before. Okay. Alright, down to this bit. You know, this bit. Oh, some goods. Brilliant. Let me just like go through these okay, great. This makes sense. This makes total sense, doesn't it? Wrinkled fibrous berries covered in short fuzz. That's actually going to be a clue, isn't it? Because if these have stuck, see, they've got little barbs on them. I think they're probably stuck to the to their clothing. So that'll help us know which area, because we'll find out where these were grown. I think that's going to be very useful. But also, I think it's ridiculous, the idea of just being like, oh, let me just rummage through these bodies for goods.
Not dawdle.
You know, if it wasn't marked goods, then it wouldn't seem so ridiculous. But the fact that it was marked goods makes it a bit ridiculous, doesn't it? Alright, let's see. There's the Technomat. Although I did get the impression this guy might have wanted to talk to me, but he's not named, so... Yeah, nothing. Pay no mind to the bodies. Well, there's evidence on the bodies, so don't be silly. Alright, hello Technomat. Your ladyship? Oh, okay. It's not a specific Technomat. Here's a security officer. Here we go. A hulking man dressed in uniform, marking him out as an officer of the gubernatorial wardens, is closely monitoring his subordinates as they surround a building. Sensing your approach, he whips around, his face going pale, and he offers a low bow. What's this guy going to sound like? Your ladyship, please do not stray too close to the building. One of the terrorists from today's attack has holed himself up in there. He could be dangerous. Why'd you sound like a little boy? I took a bullet to the throat, and so they gave me a new voice, and this is what I sound like. It's a horrible joke. Why won't they let me die? What's going on here? Ready to report, your ladyship. We conducted a sweep of the area after the attack. All the assassins were arrested or neutralized except for me. Or except for one. They didn't eliminate me. Please. The officer scowls darkly. He sealed himself inside. He's already injured 2 wardens who tried to reach him. But there's no need to worry. We'll poison him. Then clear the last dregs of dirt from the estate. Well, I kind of want to talk to him, actually. I have only one question, officer. Why have you not already done it? The rogue trader is here. And the longer you delay, the more you put a life needlessly at risk. Shut up, Abelard. I need to bloody interrogate this guy. Stop trying to poison everyone. The officer flinches slightly at Abelard's snarl. It is inexcusable, your ladyship. The barrels of poison were only just delivered, but we're ready to begin now. Barrels of poison. Like, what are you pumping into there? This is absurd. These people are so dumb. One ashmag is up against all the wardens of the estate, yet he's still causing trouble. On Ifrit, he would have already been made captain and put in charge of the governor's security. But the Exalted One knows that he has more brains than all of you combined. The officer tugs nervously at his collar, which appears to have suddenly become too tight for his comfort. But we'll fix this right away, I swear it on the throne. You're going to poison the rebel? I want to talk to the person inside. Are you sure? It's not exactly safe, your ladyship. Oh, shut up. The officer's eyes involuntarily sweep over you, sizing you up. Alright, fine, I'll take a look around after you've finished up. No, out of my way. I'm going to talk to him. The officer seems to remember himself and offers another low bow. Forgive me, your ladyship. Act as you see fit. At the officer's signal, the other wardens take a deferential step back, clearing the path to the door. Wounded rebel. When you approach the solid-looking door, a high, boyish voice shouts out, "Piss off! I also sound like this. You won't take me alive. Better to put a bullet in my brain and let the governor's dogs get their hands on me." Oh my god, it's your twin brother. Because, you know, when you're twins and one of you takes a bullet to the neck and gets given a funny joke voice, then that has to happen to the twin as well. On my planets it does. So, okay. Coercion, I am Blanche. Rogue trader and sovereign of this planet in the name of the Emperor, open the door. I don't think they care. I'm done. You told me to piss off, so I'm done. No, let's examine the door. The door looks solid and formidable, but you notice notice dark marks on the hinges, a sure sign that material is degraded. The lock doesn't look new either, with a suitable tool that could be easily opened. Pick the lock. It takes you half a minute to figure out the archaic mechanism. With a soft click, the door opens, allowing you to enter. We'll just waltz in. Inside the, I can't even turn, I can't move the camera, but here he is. There they are, in that corner. Cool. Inside is poorly lit, but you spot a person standing in the far corner. He is desperately gripping a discharged lasgun in his hands. At the sight of you, his eyes widen in recognition and fear. It can't be the rogue trader. The young man, practically a boy, falls to his knees and stretches out his bloody hands towards you. His clothes are burned on one side and grimy with baked-in blood. Your ladyship, have mercy. You're the sovereign of the planet. Only you have the power to save us. This is one of the elusive and cunning rebels the governor's been fighting for months. Really? Execute the rebel. Death to insurgents. Why shall this so filthy servant? Save me from what? I don't need to pass judgment on him. I just want to know what he knows. You know, there's no point like calling him scum. Just like, okay, it's a desperate crying boy. All right, tell me your grievances. They might be stupid grievances, in which case, you know, he'll still probably rot in jail forever. But like, you know, he can just tell me plainly. From Governor Viet, everybody here knows that what she's doing to us. We put up with it for a long time, hoping that that somebody would intervene and help us, but nobody ever did. It is interesting that we've got an Eldar, whatever, you know, stranger cast or whatever the hell it's called, outsider, outcast. That's the one. The outcast cast, trying to protect the governor potentially, though it didn't actually specify that she was trying to protect the governor exactly, did it? So who is she trying to protect? Huh. Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to tell. I mean, she's definitely shooting rebels. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's still plenty to figure out, even from people in her own party. Everybody knows what they're doing. Someone intervene, help us. No one's helping. She turned the whole world into a slaughterhouse. People are rounded up like groks from the settlements, supposedly to go to the palace, and they're never seen again. The servants pour something over the fields, then people lose their minds. They start hearing voices and seeing evil spirits. And while we're dying, she's sitting behind her white walls and feasting on our bones. Interesting. Interesting. Do you think her advisor is whispering naughty, you know, words into her ears, going, "Eat people"? Because, you know, that's bound to convince me. Like, oh yeah, sure, I'll gobble them up. Not a problem. Eat people, chew on their bones, nom 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 nom. You know, don't eat the people, only eat their bones. And then let them jelly away into the fields. Let's face twists. Sacrifices, madness, pain and death, even in so primitive a society as this, such rites seem senseless, not worthy of such efforts. What is this, a random quirk of nature or something darker? I don't know, you're protecting people. You must have some idea of what's going on. You're telling me people are seeing evil spirits. I do wonder if this is literally just a huge misunderstanding caused by, like, awful cost-saving measures of using incredibly toxic pesticides or fertilizers that are driving people insane. And they're getting delusions that it's all done intentional for, like, some kind of, like, you know, cannibal cult. I do wonder, because it is 40k, and everyone's awful. So, you're telling me people are seeing evil spirits? Yes, others are going feral and attacking their loved ones, and then there's... The boy lowers his voice. People say that in some settlements, well, they've stopped upholding the law altogether, imperial law, and the law of basic human decency. People are turning into animals. Oh, lowered the volume of his voice. Yeah, okay, never mind. We're stuck with it now. Who's behind the rebels? He swallows nervously and looks at you with fear. Your ladyship, I beg you, don't ask me that. I can't sell out my brethren. It's over for me and the others. I won't betray them. There will be no end to the war on this planet unless I get a handle on the situation, but to do that, I need to meet with your leader. The boy hesitates for a few seconds, and then his head drops limply. As long as you keep your word. I've never been in the camp, none of us have. Only the chief saw one person from their base. He came a few times, bringing weapons and orders. He said he represented a greater force than we could imagine. No, that sounds chaosy, doesn't it? And he said the governor's dogs will pay for their reprisals in the settlements. But that's not where they're hidden. They keep their distance from ordinary folks. We have it all worked out so that if anyone gets caught, the others aren't caught with them. But I swiped the chief's Vox. I thought after I killed the governor I could use the message. Ugh. Excuse me. Use the message coordinates to find the base and hide out there. Something about doing that voice is making me want to yawn. The boy retrieves a Vox from his pocket and holds it out with a shaking hand. That's everything I know, your ladyship. Okay, so, see, this is, the illusion of choice. Okay, this is the illusion of choice. I could have said, yeah, gas the rebels, who cares? Grabbed his corpse, went up to his corpse, gone, oh, we can use this rebel Vox to find the bad guys. Or we go in there, spare this guy's life, and he goes, here's the rebel Vox, so you can find the bad... Like, it would work out the same, whatever we did. So, yeah, anyway. It's not like we'd lose a clue if we weren't able to interrogate him. Get up and come with me. I give you my word as a rogue trader you will live. Or give the rebel an easy death. The people waiting outside will put you through far worse torment than I will. Goodbye. That's the iconoclast vibe, huh? Yeah, this is a tough one. I can say that he has to live, but it doesn't mean he's not going to, end up rotting in prison forever. But then he might kill people. I don't think he should kill people. Killing people's bad. But then he does genuinely think that he's fighting against, like, a horrible cannibal tyrant, which isn't far off what the aristocracy is. So it's a tough call. It's a tough call. But like, still, you can't run in with guns and start blasting people, get caught, and expect everything to be fine. So I think I'll say he gets to live. Hopefully, it won't be the worst thing in the world. The rebel looks at you in bewilderment and then bows low before you. He then speaks. His voice trembles. Your ladyship, thank you for this kindness. I never thought I'd survive this. Meh. The officer of the wardens casts a disdainful look over the rebel before turning his gaze on you. Your ladyship, I honour your bravery. Please allow me to get rid of this rat for you. This man is now under my protection. See to it that he is held safely in custody until his fate is decided by fair trial. Escort this man safely to the perimeter of the estate. He is free to go. I don't think he should be free to go. I think he should be held. Just not, like, executed or something, But, consider advise that this rebel is made into a useful servitor. Ugh. God, that's grim. Make example of this scum, publicly flay him and string up his corpse outside the family home. Outside his family home. Wow. If anyone tries to remove it, shoot them. That's... Honestly, the kind of crazy thing here is that is actually... That could also be dogmatic, and that would fit quite well. Yeah, they'll go dogmatic. That particular one. A dumbfounded expression appears on the officer's face. With the deepest respect, your ladyship. The officer thinks better of his next words and abruptly bows. It will be done. Thank you, your ladyship. Without your patronage, I would already be dead. But yeah, I'm not in the habit of executing children. But it doesn't mean they can just, like, turn up with a gun and then we just go, okay, off you go. Like, that's just silly. Disinfection device. Device grants the wielder plus 15 to carouse. Is that going to be useful? I don't know. Maybe. God, I hate that we've leveled up again. Infuriating. Infuriating. Right, moving on.
Keep your wits about you.
Let's see. Where might I want to go? Wow, these are so flappy. Those are the flappiest. Like, definitely they've been possessed by demons. So I'm going to see if I can run out here.
Keep your eye on the prize.
I can't, can I? No, I can't. When is this brainless rabble going to settle down? Back in my day. Right, so we spoke to a few people.
I always keep my options open.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we might be, excuse me. I think we might be...
Let us not dawdle.
Like, I don't know. I feel like we've got the evidence. Right? Like, maybe if I just inspect the evidence. That plus 15 to Medicare is rather nice. Can I give that to you? Using any medikit costs less. I forgot I had that. I'll make it better. That's actually awesome. I always forget that I have that. It means that I can just use those medikits in combat and then get on with my day, which is really good. I actually like that a lot. Don't know why I keep forgetting about that. Oh, also, we should probably give her some stuff, right? What's she got? Eldari Ranger armor. Fine. Character wearing this armor will dodge 50% of average enemy attacks in this chapter. Cool. Base armor property plus 10% dodge that varies in any cover. I like that. That's rather fun. Those range attacks decrease their target's dodge by 5%. That's really nice. Even more camouflage. Cape makes them immune to burning. That's kind of useful. Better corrals. Do we need her to be good at corrals? I don't know. What is she good at? Very high awareness. Very good law Xenos. Makes sense. Knows almost nothing about the Imperium, which is, pretty cool, actually. She only has, rumour to go on. And I guess what she's observed, though, I doubt she's observed much. Yeah, interesting character. So she can't wear most of this stuff, is the thing. Can't use most of these weapons. Yeah, she's going to be an interesting character. The fact that we can't give her any melee weapons, I find it bizarre that because she's an alien, she can't use a knife. That just seems like such a stupid thing. It's a knife. I don't know. Maybe the handle is it's I don't know. It's just awkward to hold. Her fingers are too long. Needs a wider grip, or else she can't hold onto it properly. She's all butterfingers. Ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. Anyway,
I always have a
so
backup
yeah,
plan.
I feel like we've got the evidence. Wherever the hell that would be. Here we go. So that just says it's fuzzy. And the Rebel Vox doesn't say anything. So oh, it's a damaged Vox. So I guess I need to repair it? But how?
Is there money to be made?
Who must I talk to fix this stuff? I don't know. So I'm over here. Ah, here we go. Here's that guy. Yeah, they did say that there was a Magos in the area. That's who I was trying to find earlier. So, Vinzelex, draped in a red cloak, the Magos' body barely looks human. Wires, tubes, and metal manipulators turn him into a whimsical machine, while implants hide his face behind a sinister mask. Oh, also, I think I'll take the berries to the Administratum guy, because he probably has incredibly good records on where berries are. He's got to, right? So, Tech Priest intermittently dictates something in Technolingua to the servo skull floating next to him, but at your approach he falls silent and offers a reserved bow. Greetings, your ladyship. Lex Mechanic Vinzeles, how may I serve you? Pascal and Lex Mechanic exchange trills of binary greetings. The series of sounds issued by Vinzelex sounds much longer and more differential than those of Pascal. Oh, we can ask him about the berries as well. I think that's what this is referring to. I found some on the body of a dead rebel. You're a blessing for the examination, Majos. Lex Mechanic waits respectfully until Pascal nods. I don't know why we haven't asked Pascal to look at them. The Tech Priest studies the dried berries and goes still. You hear the distinct clicks of his cerebral cogitators process this information. Creeping Creeweed. A typical plant in the Western Hemisphere. We have studied the possibility of industrial cultivation, but the process was found to be inefficient due to the specific requirements of the soil, which is found in the right composition only in the archipelagos of the planet. The archipelagos! I don't know. What do you do? It's just such small talk. So, what do you do? Come here often? The tech priest's mechanical voice comes from the speaker on his neck. By the order of the Adeptus Mechanicus, I have been entrusted with the management of the Adeptus Administratum in order to catalog agronomic data and analyze information about the planet during the process of subjugating it to the will of the Imperium. Be blessed, Tech Brother, your diligence and the diligence of those like you turns anarchy into order and bestows classification to knowledge. One of Pascal's mechadendrites lightly touches the Lex Mechanic's body. Are they flirting? The tech priest bows respectfully in turn, clearly a little startled. Oh my god, he's flirting, isn't he? That's hilarious. I like Pascal, he's silly. Tell me about Janus. Initializing report. The planet's soil possesses a unique composition suitable for the re-engineering of the planet and the mass production of foodstuffs. Significant cultivation of the Eastern Hemisphere with the aim of improving production processes and logistics operations. Traces of xeno activity do not pose an immediate threat to ongoing operations. Undesirable pathologies of flora and fauna have been noted, which may pose a threat in the short term. What pathologies? Genetic and chemical pathologies, your ladyship. Harmless species mutate and become aggressive, while plants change their chemical composition and become poisonous. This is happening more and more often, and if you do not take action, the ecosystem of the world will be irreparably disrupted. The changes may be artificial, has the possibility being considered that someone is manipulating the ecosystem to reduce our living space. Not at all, Venerable Majos. Our tech comrades from the Majos biologists are humble workers, not warriors. They could not have come up with a thought of such a militant nature. The mind must be open to all forms of knowledge. Oh my god, these two people. Jesus Christ, shoot me in my head. I order you to commence a check. Rolling dice. In the event that your account of the indolence of their minds is confirmed, I will petition for the appropriate penance. It is a Lelathan's wrath. It is the Lelathan's wrath, of course. Wrath that is becoming manifest in nature itself, in the workings of this world. May the gods preserve us. How did we not notice this sooner? Because you were too busy shooting people, all willy-nilly, with apparently zero knowledge of anything that is happening. I don't understand what her deal is. I really don't get who she's trying to protect. And why? Because she doesn't seem to know anything. So it's like, when did she decide to go, oh, I better kill people and killing the governor? Probably. But why? Anyway, may the gods preserve us. How did we not notice this sooner? Erliette glances at you before immediately looking away. How is the governor dealing with undesirable pathologies? Huge amount of chemical warfare that is driving everyone crazy, I reckon. Though, maybe not. Maybe, maybe I was way off and I guessed that. But I think that would be a cool story. I have analyzed the genome of the affected species, and I am currently developing suppressor genes to make the planet's organisms resistant to pathology, but so far as I have not been able to solve the problem. Further exploration of the planet would perhaps speed up these processes, but the administrative apparatus has imposed a ban on expeditions that are not directly aimed at improving production. Well, isn't avoiding production from being impossible kind of in the same realm? I guess it's not like to the letter of their orders, so they can't do it because bureaucracy and, stupidity. Traces of xenoactivity? Yeah, this alien planet has alien stuff on it. Funny that. According to data obtained during the initial survey, ruined structures of non-human origin were noted in different sectors of the planet, but I did not have the administrative capacity to study them in more detail. For now, I must defer the quest for knowledge. The next mechanic speaks the last words with distinct envy, his eyes fixed on Majos Hanuman. Alright, let's talk about something else. Oh, I'm listening. Do I care how many there are on the planet? I don't know. How are things? So stupid. The current situation on the planet is assessed as stable. The progress of the prospects is assessed as encouraging. Okay, good. I'll chat to you later, babe. As you wish. So, The Mechanicus guy apparently isn't the guy to talk to about fixing a radio. His thing was berries. He's all about the berries. Let's see what this guy's all about. This guy might all be about the radios. I don't know. That seems backwards to me, but... Who can remember what he sounds like? Your ladyship, speaking with you is always an honour. Oh, apparently I do. That's exactly what he's always sounded like. Honest. What did you say about the governor's helper earlier? Why do I want to... What are your duties? Is he going to be like, I repair radios. By the grace of the God Emperor, I oversee the administrative apparatus on the planet and serve as secretary. I am also responsible for the logistics related to supplying the planets of the Von Valentius dynasty and the timely payment of tithes to the Imperium's official collectors. All over the place, mate. You're sounding more like a robot than the other guy, than the robot guy. I didn't even mean to click on that. When did collectorships last come? Oh, your ladyship, I must confess that as yet I have had the pleasure of filling out a sacred... I have as yet not had the pleasure of filling out a sacred tithe protocol form, as the last Imperial ships to come here did so under my predecessor. Come to think of it, that would have been several decades ago. I do hope the logisticians responsible for such an unforgivable oversight lose their heads over this. That's kind of insane. That's like a long time. So, when was the last shipment sent? Oh, your ladyship. Is that the same answer? Apparently. Oh, no, slightly different. Our supply shipments are all in order. All foodstuffs and other items are ready for export and are simply awaiting the arrival of the transport ships. So there's just been a bunch of food loaded up in containers for decades. No one has showed up. However, given the current circumstances on the planet, Janus could not provide even one tranche more than what is already prepared. I am certain the situation will be rectified in the near future. Christ. I guess I'll just ask him about the alien. Looks askance at Owlcat and offers a strained smile. We did tell Owlcat that no one would look askance of her. So the fact that it's so specifically askance at her, that's a bit ridiculous. Highly exceptional individual. After today's regretful event, I'm beginning to hold her talents in particular esteem. Verily, even mutants who have seen the light of the God Emperor can faithfully serve his flock. Moreover, Owlcat's particular abilities could be an interesting subject of study for the Magus biologists. That elongated head shape, those eyes, judging by the skull that was given to me, to send on to footfall such developmental anomalies on Janus, are not a quirk of nature, but some kind of inheritable trait. Oh. Interesting. Did we come across a skull? Huh. I seem to remember there being some mention of a skull. Some Xeno skull at some point. Anyway, so they've actually found, obviously, more Eldar remains on the planet, because of course they have. So they think that it's just like a weird quirk of the planet that people mutate into that form, which is pretty funny. Owlcat freezes completely, turning into a living statue. What did you say? Yeah, because they're a bit funny about their remains, aren't they? Oh, madam, have my words upset you? I'm certain your kinsman would be delighted to learn that people wish to make pretty presse-papier out of his remains. And besides, I could be wrong about the nature of his origins. What skull are you talking about? Why do you have to send a skull to someone on footfall? It was part of a commission for a jeweler, your ladyship. One of the ladies of the court sent this trinket along with precise instructions for the artisan, who was to encrust it with precious stones. One moment. After rummaging a nearby container, Tilius draws out a parcel, which he immediately unwraps. Here it is. I believe the finished piece was intended to be given as a gift to the governor. But under the current circumstances, I doubt I will be able to send it to Footfall anytime soon. Oh, okay, so it hadn't been sent. Well, yeah, I guess ships haven't been here in decades, so, you know. Owlcat stares at the skull in silence. I do feel like there was something about a skull. You can see her jaw working under her delicate skin. After a few seconds, she abruptly turns away. Pascal's mechadendrites reach toward Tilius with interest, seeming to unnerve him a little. He's kind of going at everyone with the mechadendrites, isn't he? I think we might need to alert HR. about him and his wandering mechadendrite. Adequately preserved, it is a pity that it is empty inside. It could have become a proper silver skull herald for the rogue trader. Unorthodox. Curious how this would look very nice on my desk. Remove it from my sight of repulsive barbarism. I'm not sure any of those are respectful. Like, at all. Like, none of that is respectful. I have no idea. Remove it from my sight. Oh yes, of course. Attilius hurriedly returns the skull to the container. Alright, I guess that's that then? Huh. But yeah, the Eldar are a bit funny about remains, because, you know, their souls keep getting stolen by Slaanesh, so, yeah. Not a ritual in making sure that, you know, remains are sort of looked after properly, so their souls can be jammed into a crystal. You know.
Keep your wits about you.
So now what? So now we sort of know what's going on over there. Do I want to talk to... I can't talk to the guy over here. So who the hell is going to let me talk about that radio? Like, who can fix that? I don't know.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
I mean, there must be someone else nearby, right? Somewhere. I haven't gone to the beach in a hot second. Alright, no, there's no mechanics on the beach. Alright, let's go back into the warden's office then.
I always keep my options.
I guess I haven't been down here since since the aftermath of everything. Can any servitor do it then? No? Old servant. Interesting. Huh. Hearing your footsteps, the elderly servant grabs an injector and stabs it into his arm. The area around the needle immediately starts turning black.
You're too late, violent dogs. I'm the master of my own fate. I stabbed me. You didn't stab me. I did. I did that. I'm clever.
But when he gets a better look at you, the man drops the injector in astonishment as he's poised to prostrate himself at the floor before you.
It's you, your ladyship. The God Emperor must have brought you here. I beg you, help the rebels and save Janus. Also, ow! Someone stabbed me in my arm. Can you help?
He doubles up, hugging himself, and is racked by coughing that leaves his lips wet with blood.
Forgive me, your ladyship. If only I'd known it was you. My eyes deceived me. I'm so old. We have little time now, but I swear I'll tell you everything.
Looking closely at the old man, the tech priest utters, "Nerve toxin. The inevitable cessation of vital functions is expected in no more than 60 seconds. Silent clicks emitted by the visor indicate an ongoing picture recording. Saron, damn you, old man. Where did you get this stuff? Poison capsules of this sort are popular choice among desperate ashmags who are done with being tortured by mad fanatics or worse. Here on Janus, though, there's no antidote. Mon Dieu. Be quick. Yeah, just be quick.
In the name of the Golden Throne, your ladyship, show mercy on the humble workers. The Salt of Janus saved them. Bestenza Viat, the untouchable governor and leader of the nobility, is creating something monstrous behind closed doors. She uses the Imperium's interest as a smokescreen and purports to be a scholar, but her actions are poisoning our planet. Did you know that the settlements that fail to pay their due tithes on time have been allowed to pay with people instead? They even deliver them to order, sometimes old folks, sometimes children. He lowers his voice to a whisper and leans to you. I've seen those people. I've seen them being delivered to the estate, and then they're never seen or heard from again. They go into the secret rooms, and they don't come out again, your ladyship. Ever.
Fresh meat to entertain the mobility. The nobility. Some things never change, whether you're on my planet or anywhere in the righteous Imperium. The old servant lets out a moan. The dark stain on his arm seems to creep through his veins until his arms and neck are a latticework of black. The servant's breath quickens and becomes irregular. Yakuza governor only conjecture and rumour. How dare you? Just, for God's sake, just... He's gonna die anyway. Let's just keep short sentences, yeah? What secret rooms?
Hidden chambers deep within the palace. I've never been inside, thankfully. The servants who are allowed in, the ones the governor trusts, they change. She changes them, pretties them up, defiles them.
So it could be a Slaneshi thing. There's honestly, like, every Chaos God feels like it has, like, a place here, which is kind of fun. It really adds to the sort of the mystery of everything when stuff gets a bit muddied like this. I see no shadows of deceit behind your words, and even so, I would have noticed. I know I would have noticed the signs of which you... Earliet's face tenses with a taut string, and doubt creeps into her expression. Except whenever Vistenza hosts one of her dances at the palace, she sends me away to search for the rebels, into the forests far from human settlements. The servant shakes and coughs violently. I'm not sure I'll last long enough to answer all your questions. But, oh boy, it's taken a long time. You can still be saved. No, you can't. What else is going on in the settlements? I'll tell you exactly what I was told by the people who contacted me. Well, then do it. These tithes, some settlements have already switched to paying with people. They say that amenable settlements get special treatment from the governor's dogs. They arrange for medicine to be supplied to the settlement, then security, and then they completely isolate them. All contact between those inside the settlement and the outside world is cut off. One had managed to get out. He's the one who told me all this. That the people are rotting alive in there. Strained growths, yellow eyes, stinking like dead bodies. The worst-looking ones are rounded up and taken away. I mean, that sounds very nurgly again. The fellow who escaped, he seemed fine, but within a couple of days of the rebels picking him up, he started seeing monsters instead of people. They had to lock him up away from the other folks, the poor sod. And then his wrists... The old man starts to convulse, indicating that he is close to death. Or just grossed out by wrists. He raises his already unseeing eyes to you. Your ladyship, if you'll permit a dying man to make one last request, don't tell anyone that I was the one who unlocked the doors. If you do, they'll go after my family, my home. I'll keep a secret. Clearly something's going amiss. And if it's not, then someone has been like... This guy's been really misled and is clearly just trying to do what he can to help people. I can't be too mad at that. He's dead anyway, you know, why rub salt in the wound? I will keep your secret. Please save us, save Janus! The servant rasps violently and collapses on his side, racked with convulsions. Ow! Owie! There we go, he's gone. Bless him. Anyway, we'll just leave him there. That's fine. Oh, okay, random commerce check here.
One and it's done.
Governor's Palace is opulent. The gilt finishes and plaster are updated regularly and frequently. It seems too frequently, even for a building situated on the coast.
Let us not dawdle.
Which feels very Slaneshi again. It's, you know, it's a lot going on. A lot going on. Okay, so... This noble, anything? It's an honor, rogue trader.
I always
Yes, it is.
have a backup plan.
It's always awesome to meet me. Alright, we did look up here at 1.2, right? Yeah, it's up to right corner. Okay. Well...
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Maybe we talk to Tilius Quint again. Might be nothing new. Uncover 7 who betrayed the governor. Bet you'll find his body. No. No, I'm not doing that. I'll keep a secret. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to level up, and I'm going to end the episode. So if you can't be bothered to look at the leveling up, then yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. For people who are sticking around, let's see what's going on. I did click on the right one. Oh, we just get a thing. Orchestrated Firestorm. Master Tactician selects a 3x3 zone on the battlefield. All allies, including the Master Tactician, that have line of sight to any enemies inside the selected zone, make an immediate single attack against a random enemy within its zone when they that they can target with their weapons. That's really cool, actually. But that is, yeah, that is a heroic act, I think. So, okay, that's a little, yeah, it's a bit of a toughie, but that's fine. Does that mean they've all got a new thing? Okay, and that's Dispatch. Okay, makes it out with current weapon against target, can't miss. Yeah, alright. So this is where they're all getting their unique new abilities then. Bounty Hunter. Wild Hunt. For Orion! Simultaneously makes several attacks. The number of the attacks is equal to the number of prey in combat. So up to 3, I guess. These attacks, although, could be higher if the other Bounty Hunter has set up enough prey. Maybe. I don't know. These attacks are equally divided among the prey in the bounty hunter's line of sight. The attacks always hit and always score critical hit. I mean, that's quite cool thing, I think. Abelard. I'm just... As I was trying to say, I'm about to sneeze again. Twice, apparently. Until the next turn, the Vanguard attacks each enemy that attacks the Vanguard's allies in a 3-cell radius around the Vanguard. Is that useful? Additionally, until their next turn, the Vanguard always retaliates when attacked. I mean, the retaliation's pretty cool, but yeah, I don't know. Like, how often is he going to be stood next to someone who's getting attacked? I don't know, that feels a bit weird to me, but sure. I guess it makes sense if I had a few, like, melee fighters all lined up, set up like a proper... You know, had him do the thing that does damage reduction for people nearby and just had a bunch of people in melee. I could set that up with the characters we've got. I just haven't bothered. She gets dispatch as well. Which, yeah, the guaranteed hit, attack, and orchestrated firestorm. So all people can take a shot at those in the area. So that's pretty powerful moves there. Pretty powerful moves. And that was nice and quick. Thank Christ. So guys, sorry, not thank Christ. Thank Gilliman's kindly claw. Guys, if you've enjoyed this, then please do comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.
I won't compromise my principles.